I'm back, leading the autumn programmes on BBC Three with the most expensive series ever to come out of this bureaucratic dump. Roland.
So where are we going?
Further than we've ever gone before.
Report. Structural latching system integrity breached.
Prepare to take us out of here, number one.
Fire up the engines, half impulse till we clear the nebula, then punch it up to warp 9.
Ready phases, load forward torpedo bays. Engage.
Homo sapiens. What an inventive, invincible species. It's only a few million years since they crawled up out of the mud and learned to walk. Puny, defenseless bipeds. They've survived flood, famine, and plague. They've survived cosmic wars and holocausts. Now, here they are, out among the stars, waiting to begin a new life, ready to outsit eternity. They're indomitable.
Yes, indeed. We are indomitable, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're all well, wherever you are in the world. And wherever you are, I am talking to you from a trans-temporal location. I'm trying to say this is pre-recorded, baby. It's pre-recorded. By the time this goes live, we'll be... Actually, no, about 40 minutes into this. There's a 25-hour fast going on today for... we've been doing it for the last couple of thousand years. Not every day, just today, right? Starts at 7:40 tonight. Goes to 8:07 the day after. Oh, man, it's a freaking nightmare, and it's so insanely hot, right? It is so insanely hot here in Israel. I'm not sure. What's it like in England now? Were they all saying, like, Britain and Europe was just sizzling? I know there's a heat wave going across America right now. Alex, I think I know. I'm not there. And it's yet, but so the upshot of this is that often the power goes out, right? Was it 2 days ago? I was recording a video and I was smart, right? I was smart because the power went out twice. So I recorded it in like 10-minute chunks, right? So I lost like 6 minutes at one point because the power went off twice, right? So that was good. Then I had the great idea. I'm recording this here on StreamYard, which is where I stream from, right? And unless I hit the end record button, it's going to keep on recording, right? It's just going to keep on going. So if the power goes out, I'll vanish. But then when it comes back, I'll just be able to go back and I might be able to do it on my phone. Go back and say, "Hi, I'm here. Yes, I can. We can end recording now. That will be fantastic, right?" So anyway, it's a little backup. I wasn't sure I was going to do a video today because I keep thinking there's nothing to talk about, right? There is, and ostensibly there isn't. I just put together a raft of stuff that we're going to go through in this video. I don't know, we're going to get to it, right? There's too much stuff to get to. Do we know when the release date is for the 20th anniversary Blu-ray? I think it's September, right? Man, I can't wait for that. What is up with this? That's the other thing. You're not allowed to shave for these 3 weeks. Anyway, it all makes sense. Big fast today. So I'm not even sure I'm going to be streaming on Thursday. Maybe I'll do a chill stream, but it'll be... Fast goes out 8:07. I'm going to eat and try and get myself together. It'll be 9 o'clock my time, which is 7 o'clock your time in the UK. But then Dan's probably streaming. I have to see if he's streaming at 8 p.m., which is when he normally does. I won't bother. You know, unless there's some big news going on, I probably won't bother. Who knows? Sign up my Substack. It's in the email newsletter. It's my email newsletter in the videos. Email newsletter in the video. There you go. Actually, that reminds me, I have to do some work on this. I will probably work on this tomorrow or today, in fact. On my Substack, if you sign up the paid one, you get this book on tape. You get a couple of chapters a month with written by Craig Hinton, of blessed memory, he's passed away, and but read by an AI deepfaker, Colin Baker. To me, it sounds like Colin Baker reading it, and I'm really enjoying it. I forgot how much I love these books. They're so of their time, right? They were so cutting edge and contemporary, and now they're like these little time capsules. Go to my channel. There's on my YouTube channel. There's a playlist of it. It's really worth listening to. If you like books and tape, it's really worth listening to. And look, the AI is fantastic. It's in the earlier parts, there's a couple of bits here and there where it's not as great as a person, but like now it is just pumping. It is absolutely incredible. This is the weird and wonderful technologies in which we live. Anyway, lot to talk about. By the way, speaking, I was going to say a lot to talk about, but I just wanted to note that that cartoon clip of Star Trek, Star Trek Next Generation coming in. I was riveted by it, right? Because it's from Best of Both Worlds, but like the way they ratcheted up the tension, Riker's like go to quarter impulse bow, then punch it up to warp 9, and then because like load force on the meters, they're like, oh yeah, it's also I forgot how much I was on the edge of my freaking seat. I'm thinking that because I'm looking at the death of Star Trek. I mean, really, man, Picard season 3 was fantastic. Right? Strange New Worlds, garbage beyond garbage. Season 2. Season 1, I liked it. They were going somewhere. Now it's more bollocks. I mean, it's I hope they don't get a third season. And then I saw the trailer yesterday, the teaser for Discovery season, whatever it is, 17. It feels like it's been on for freaking ever, right? Freaking ever. Never, ever ending. But I was going to say, thankfully, at some point, again, still hoping for the apocalypse. Maybe it'll start today. You never know. Bit of luck. We could get lucky. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. Let's start off with this over here. There are rumors dropped on Reddit, right? Or complete spoilers for the Christmas. The Christmas story with Ncuti Gatwa, I'm assuming. I haven't read these yet, but bollocks or real spoilers, who knows or dares to dream, right? Who knows dares to dream? So let's again, I haven't read this before, so this is new to me. Hello, I don't want to say I've got this information, so believe me if you wanna. The episode is called The Church on Ruby Road. That could be a Rusty Davis title, right? That sounds more like a Moffat title to me. But that feels Rusty. I don't know. No, Rusty Davis generally not. He generally has shorter titles. Let's have a quick look. 1 second. Let's go over here. Go doink. Doctor Who episode guide. Doink. Go to season 1. More episodes. Why don't we just go to the Wikipedia? So yeah, Aliens of London, World War III, Unquiet Dead, End of the World Road. None of these sound like that. The Church on Ruby Road, right? Long Game, Father's Day, Empty Child, Dr. Dances, Boomtown. Yeah, Parting Other Ways is the only one that vaguely sounds like that way. Let's see what Christmas Invasion. Yeah, not really. New Earth, Tooth and Claw, School Reunion, right? The Girl on the Plot Fireplace. You see, that sounds like The Church on Ruby Road, right? Rise of the Sideman, Ages Still. It's probably all that Tom McRae wrote is the titles. Impossible. No, it wasn't him. Impossible Planet. Satan. I gotta give that a rewatch. Love and Monsters, right? Army of the Doomsday. Doesn't sound like him, right? It doesn't sound like him. Let's look at series 3. Runaway Bride, right? Smith and Jones. Gridlock. I love Gridlock. Oh, I love Gridlock so much. You have no idea. I love Gridlock. Helen Rayner wrote Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution. I did not know that, right? I did not know that. Where are we up to? What else is Chris Chibnall, 42? God help us. Utopia, Sound of Drums, Last of the Time Lords. That's the one that sounds closest, right? I think season 4. Partners in Crime. Yeah, they're much more contemporary. This doesn't sound like a Rusty Davis title. Voyage of the Damned, right? It doesn't sound like it. Okay, fine. I made the point. But anyway, so it's probably bollocks. But let's read the fanfic bollocks, see what they think. Ruby Sunday, named after the road where she was found, goes on a TV show hosted by Davina McCall. So this is kind of like leaning into What's it going to? This is kind of leaning into previous Ross Davis because being recorded to search for her birth parents. During the interview, she discovers the strange accidents keep happening around Ruby, though she believes she is clumsy. On Ruby's birthday, Christmas Eve, a mysterious police box appears on a street. Later, this is bollocks. Her foster mother, Carla, that'll be, I'm assuming someone like Anita Dobson, announces that a new baby named Lulibel will be joining their family. Davina calls Ruby to inform them that they couldn't find any information about her parents and wonders if she has been experienced bad luck since the interview. As they talk, the Christmas tree falls down. Okay, that kind of sounds Rusty David. Falls down on Davina during the call. Okay. Suddenly, goblins kidnap Lulibel, right, and take her to a spaceship. Ruby, okay, we haven't even seen the doctor yet. Ruby climbs a rope ladder to rescue the baby and meets the doctor. They interrupt the goblin ceremony to save Lulibel and escape. However, the doctor believes they are safe. He realizes Ruby has vanished into thin air. Now, Carla doesn't remember Ruby or any of her foster children. The doctor realizes the goblins have tampered with the timeline, erasing Ruby from it, along with the changes she's made to the world. Doctor travels back in time to prevent Ruby's abduction at the church, successfully restoring the timeline. Ruby appears in the present, but there's one last task to complete. The doctor rushes to save Davina from a falling Christmas tree. I think that is bollocks, right? I think that's bollocks beyond bollocks beyond bollocks. I really do. I think that's absolute nonsense. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even think that's close to being real, right? I really, yeah. I don't know, it's an hour. It feels like it could fit an hour, maybe. I don't know. It really doesn't feel particularly compelling to me in any way, shape, or form. Right. So the next thing we're going to talk about Disney, right? Disney Plus and Australia. Because it's not good news for the Australians, if I may say. Look, Disney is not in good shape, right? Let's be fair. They are not in good shape. Let's have a look at this. They're selling off a third of the company. That's never a sign that things are going well, right? That is never a sign of good tidings. So, and it's like, if they're saying they're selling off a third, they're probably willing to sell off a lot more, right? But here we see the stock price. It's dropped off a cliff, and it's being projected as a continued descent. I would love to see that happen, right? I would love to see that happen because I can't stand Disney. I think they're pure freaking evil, right? But I think, look, by the time they get to 60th season 14, will there still be a Disney Plus? Will it still be owned by Disney? But we hope so if you live in Australia, because otherwise you are screwed, right? Let's look at this. Is Australia to lose Doctor Who on physical media? Now, if you're Australian, you need to explain this to me because I don't really understand. I live in Israel. I buy my stuff from England, and they ship it to me here, right? You're on the same region, right? So I don't see what the biggest deal is, but please, if you're Australian, please explain this thing. And also, it's so ridiculously expensive in Australia now, right? Physical media. If you want to buy physical Big Finish, it's ridiculous, man. You know, I was watching the intro again. That intro gets me thinking about a lot of things. But because I'm really enjoying the James Robert McCrimmon box set, right? They just put out, which is a second Doctor continuing on from the War Games. This is the second set in the series. The first one was called Beyond the War Games, right? I thought it was fantastic, right? I'm 2 episodes in. I'm really absolutely loving it. And, you know, I've been dragging my feet listening to the Fourth Doctor box, the last one. Because, you know, when there's a good series, when it's good, you just can't stop listening to it. When it's turgid, as the Fourth Doctor one is, it's just turgid. I mean, like, I'm 3 episodes in, and it's agony to get through it, right? Hopefully I'll review it by the next month or so. But, like, it's just like, it's the last Fourth Doctor thing I'm buying for a while. I'm not buying the Sullivan and Cross stuff. And frankly, again, the quality has just been in the toilet. And then when you juxtapose that with good releases, like I would say Once and Future, that number 3 with Sylvester McCoy, freaking awesome. I mean, that was just absolutely awesome. I love that. And this one. But, yeah, so I was just thinking of buying Big Finish in Australia. It's ridiculous how expensive it is. Get the digital download, mate. That's what I would say. Look, you probably have a big collection built up. You don't want to give it up. Okay, so here we go. Is Australia to use physical media? HB Reddit seizing on physical media tells the story of Disney pulling out physical media in Australia, allegedly, right? Now, the $1 million question is, what happens to Doctor Who? Well, Disney doesn't have Doctor Who yet. In November, Disney Plus starts airing all new content. And I believe we're getting all of Doctor Who, aren't we? We're getting like every, I mean, I assume that's what Russell said he wanted, right? He said he wanted you to be able to get everything on Disney Plus or everything on iPlayer, which makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, that's something that would add value to the streaming service. I mean, let's face it, Disney is, well, they got all the money in the world, apparently. Their streaming service is in the toilet. It's an absolute failure. Right, it really is a genuine, absolute failure. Like the every show is insanely low rated. This would actually add value to the to the streaming service. In the same way, I hope that Apple buys CBS or Paramount. If they make a full Star Trek hub, Apple Plus becomes like a must buy. Right, if you got all of Star Trek on it, right, and you're making new Star Trek as well, and for the life of me, it's so dumb. Why don't they do what's going on right here, like with YouTube, with Rumble, with Twitter, right? Why don't they add in fan interactivity? Why don't they give us the ability to host fan programs, on those platforms, and then promote them according to popularity, right? Just do that. That seems to be the way of the future, doesn't it? I mean, why are they pissing in their pants with the writer's strike, right, and the actor's strike? Because you don't need Hollywood to have content. You just come to YouTube, you come to Twitter, it's everywhere. Content for every market except the UK. And the belief was that there were to be physical media pressed outside of the UK, then Disney would be in charge of that. Because obviously, if it owned the content on streaming at great expense, then it's not going to let some company bank on releasing it on disc. Well, again, it depends what was going to be on Disney, right? Are they going to have all Doctor Who? In that case, I would say do they get a piece of the Blu-rays, right? Or are they only going to be in England? That would be a shame. Oh, that would be a big shame. But again, I buy it from England, right? They just ship it to me here in England. Man, I'm looking forward to that Babylon 5 cartoon coming out. It's coming out in about 2-3 weeks. Oh, love it. I really want to do a bit of a dust up on Babylon 5, right? Dust up, a swat up, a review, I should say. Because obviously, if it only doesn't experience, then it's not going to want a company releasing it. If it won't be releasing physical media in Australia anymore, where does that leave things? That you're going to have to buy stuff from England, right? That's basically it, right? You have to buy it from England. So here's a little bit more. It's a bit more than outside the UK. They are the only location for New Who, and they won't have paid mega bucks for that. Is it just New Who? I don't know. Again, if you're in Australia, the shipping in Australia is torturous, isn't it? I mean, it really is somewhat outrageous. So I do not know, right? I do not know. Something that surprised me, though, right? I've been ranking on the new Sonic screwdriver quite a lot. I'm like, first I said, £30? £30 for that bit of tat, right? Well, I guess with inflation, thank you, Mr. Biden, and Mr. Sundick and Mr. Johnson. Oh my God! Okay, this is why I like RFK, right? Who has, I think, zero chance of getting on the Democrat primary, right? But here's why I like him. He was being interviewed about, who was it, by Hannity, and that was weird in of itself, right? But Hannity is very, very pro the war in Ukraine, And RFK is like, no, look, essentially America started the war, but they invaded Ukraine. So he went through the whole thing. It said in the, what was it, 96, when, oh no, not 96. Well, when they, I think it was Bush, yeah, it was probably Bush was negotiating a more lasting peace with Gorbachev, right? Is it Bush or Reagan? I'm not sure, right? But the Russians said they're going to take out their 400,000 troops from Eastern Germany. That would allow them to allow Germany to unify, which was a huge concession. And in return for that, they said, you're not allowed to, we'll do it as long as you do not move NATO forces east. Well, from then to now, they moved the NATO forces 1,000 miles east and 14 countries east, right? So this is exactly why America has gone to war more than one occasion. It's called the Kennedy doctrine, right? So then he brought up that there was a peace deal that Boris Johnson stopped. Now here's the bit I didn't know: it would have allowed Ukraine to keep the Donbass region. Right, they wouldn't have had to break up Ukraine, which is basically what they're looking at now for any peace. So thank you, Bojo. He's the one who stopped that. Oh man, the fact that people think there's some kind of divide between conservatives and Labour, or I mean, Labour's just a bit more stupid, but and Republicans and Democrats, I think it's insanity. Anyway, I digress, ladies. I digress. That Sonic Screwdriver I said was a bit. Apparently, it's a bit better than I thought. So I just saw these 4 videos online that we're going to look at. Is this it? Is this it? One second. This might be the wrong video. Let's have a look. Did I delete the video? Well, if I did, it's gone now. But here, is this the one? I'm not sure if this is the one. Oh yeah. Okay. So we knew this, right? It's got a nice sound. Does the blue light? Okay. Fair enough. So then. Hang on. Then video, right? I saw it could also do this. Now, I also saw pictures of this, and I was surprised. Oh, you get a nice red one. Ooh. Okay. So, again, with LEDs, it's not so impressive in today's market. But, I think this looks like a higher quality thing than I thought, but still £30. I don't think it's overpriced anymore, especially if you look at it on eBay, right? Which is coming up to what? 100, 150 pounds. It's ridiculous. There you get a nice green one. That's feeling very was it Matt Smith? And then we got one more. Hang on, doink. Over here. Different sound. It's like a greenish yellow. So look, it does more than I thought. And it looks very nice. I have to tell you, it does look very nice. £30. Just am I regretting not buying it? No, absolutely freaking not. Not until I see more. See these specials, which I think this Sonic Screwdriver will only be in the special. It's not like I'm a Sonic Screwdriver completist. I didn't get the Capaldi one, and I didn't get all like the classic ones that they've been releasing. So I don't regret not buying this, but this is a better product than I thought it was, even though I think it's slightly overpriced, but not as bad as I thought it was. Also speaking about the new era, we had Ruth Madeley was on somewhere or other, and I saw the full clip, and there's a guy in a dress with like a ring through his nose, right? And talking about something about fashion, I was like, what? I even in 2023, my brain was like, what? What is that? I don't understand. I do not understand. Anyway, but they did ask her about what was it? Doctor Who. Here we have that clip right here.
Doctor Who. Oh my word.
Oh.
You're in the 60th anniversary.
Oh, that's the bloke in the dress with the rings. I mean, I think it's a bloke, but I can't really tell.
Special.
This conversation terrifies
Shirley
me.
and Bingham.
Yes.
We can't let you go without telling us everything.
Literally, this has been giving me such anxiety all day. I'm so terrified of being sacked before it's even out because I'm so...
You know what? For good reason, I haven't heard a breath of spoilers, right? Not a breath. Oh, one of the spoilers going around is that Tennant's Doctor is going to keep morphing into Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi, right? I doubt that. I doubt that very much. Because look, they had that comic strip going through the forever. How long have it been? It feels like forever. Liberation of the Daleks, which fills in, and this in Doctor Who magazine, it fills in the hour in between the Power of the Doctor and the first special. Well, not the Giggle, that's the last one. The Starbeast, right? There's an hour between, so that fills in that hour and explains why Jodie's Sonic isn't there, and I guess is going to explain why the TARDIS has been revamped. And they'll probably wait till the last bloody minute, and they won't show you with that either, right? I can almost guarantee it. So, this thing has been locked down insanely.
Convinced I'm going to say something that I shouldn't. You're going to love Shirley. You're going to love the episode, who knows?
Again, was that a slip? Who knows?
Oh, that's too much. Might be too much already.
All I will say is, whatever questions you have, my answer will be guess.
So, I don't know. I liked her a lot in Years and Years, even though I thought that was a bit of Rusty Davis's, Trump derangement syndrome, which, you would have thought would start getting better. Right, when the stark reality of everybody being wrong about everything would sink in, right? I mean, again, we had the best economy of our lives and world peace, right? Those things actually happened, and now we have disaster upon disaster, right? We're at the brink of World War III. But no, it's got worse. I think it's got absolutely worse, especially if they move closer to impeaching Biden. Right? Well, do you think they'll do that? I don't know. I mean, do the Republicans have any form of backbone? I haven't seen it yet. Right? I hope I see it, but I haven't seen it yet. Fine. So let's go and talk more about the new era. We have Ncuti. This is not the interview that somebody told me about, where he keeps using they, them pronouns for the Doctor, which is, for God's sake, just give it a rest with your weirdo religion, right? Because that's what it is. It's a weirdo religion, right? I'm sorry that everybody in the media says, yes, absolutely, you can become a girl by putting on makeup and a dress, and that's it, right? And you don't even need to do that. You can absolutely, I'm glad you all believe that. I think it's crazy. Okay, YouTube thinks it's real. I'm not going to argue with YouTube, right? YouTube clearly has more of a bead on things than I do, right? But it's like, stop with your, again, weirdo religion. It's a non-theistic religion, and it's a weird one, right? Man, I saw this great video that someone was decrying about, like how crazy things are when they just list them all up together. Oh, my dog's going crazy. I think there's something being delivered. I guess, you know what? I'm going to ignore it. They said they'll leave it out the front. My daughter said she'll send me a WhatsApp when I can ring in. Well, I tell you, one of the good things about living where I live, you don't have to worry about stuff being stolen from your doorstep. Yeah, man, the dog is going ape shit. I don't think this is the one about where he uses those pronouns. But yeah, let's read what this has to say. Doctor is ultimately about kindness and acceptance. Is it? Is Doctor Who about kindness and acceptance? Doctor Who doesn't accept evil, right? Doctor Who doesn't accept injustice. Doctor Who doesn't accept blindly obeying authority, unless you're Jodie Whittaker. Man, I rewatched the COVID closet video. It's like, you look at it and your brain goes, how? How did anybody think, oh, that's going to be good? So condescending, like just so intently. I think somebody in the chat said she thinks she's playing this role for 7-year-olds and under, right? And this because she doesn't understand the role. She never understood the role, right? She just tried to impersonate David Tennant, but without his understanding of what it is or love of what a Doctor is, she couldn't do it. She's absolutely useless. Anyway, so then they kept saying Doctor Who's always about it. I don't know. I don't think that's true, right? I think Doctor Who is about peaceful coexistence. I mean, a really good example, 2 examples I would think of, is what's it called again? Not Deadly Assassin. Michael Hurd was in it. Michael Sherd was in it, I should say. Invisible Enemy. Oh, yes. Right, contact has been made. I just remember the silly eyebrows. Right, but there was this when the bad guy, the giant prawn, before he was a giant prawn, right? Before he was giant and wanted to take over the universe, he's like, no, he has a perfect right to live, right? I'm not going to kill him. And same thing when he was sent to destroy the Daleks, holding those 2 strands. Do I have the right, right? But that's not about kindness and acceptance, right? That's about peaceful coexistence, right? Right? Peaceful coexistence. Oh, 1 second. My daughter's sending me a message, I think. 1 second. Yeah, I'll send a voicemail. 1 second. Hello, my darling. I am recording a video right now. I'm halfway through, about 25 minutes, half hour, or maybe more. I will go upstairs and bring your package in, okay? There you go. Everybody's up to date. And I've got another message as well. I won't bother asking that one. Somebody else send something. Okay, so starts with some inspiring words in a new intro. I don't think they're inspiring words. I think these are idiotic buzzwords, right? I think it's the best way to explain it. These are idiotic buzzwords that make you feel good, right? Which is, I think, the only thing people really care about is feeling good about themselves. The Starship. Okay, let's see what he had to say. Ncuti Gatwa has described the Doctor Who series as about kindness and acceptance ahead of the hotly anticipated debut in the 60th anniversary due later this year. And literally everything they do is designed to make me less interested. It's like, boy, are they working hard on that, right? Are they working on? It's so bizarre. But at the same time, the media has a hard-on for Ncuti like I've never seen. Look at this article in The Guardian, right? So I saw this about Ncuti Gatwa. I thought it was an article. No, it's just pictures of him that you can, I guess, if you're in the media, have a nice wank to. I guess he's the one with the mask laying down there. Look, okay, nice looking bloke. Don't get me wrong, but like again, I've never seen him not play gay. This is the entire article. This is just him being Ncuti, right? I don't know what to tell you, mate. I don't know what to tell you. It's like, but boy, do they have a hard on for him. I guess because he's black, right? I really like, I don't really interact with much. Dominic Martin, right? He's like the famous fan right now. He's the Ian Levine of 2023. And he's a very good cosplayer. He's a very invented cosplayer. But like, I feel so bad. Like the only reason that he's getting play isn't because of his talent, which is palpable and real and genuine. It's because he's black. That's all they care about. The most racist thing I can think of. Well, I actually can think of more racist things. But, it's up there. The actor playing the 15th Doctor, or is he, taking the baton from star David Tennant with recent teaser images showcasing the stunning fashion choices for his incarnation character. Fucking hate his stunning fashion choices. Pick one outfit and go with it. I absolutely detest the weekly changing of costume. I absolutely detest it, right? At least try and keep a silhouette. I mean, listen, if I watch it and it's good, I'll say so. If you remember, I was very, very, very pro the new era up until about 6 months ago, right? And then it kind of just wore me down, right? And I said, look, if it looks like it's going to be shit, I'll tell you it's shit. If I watch it and it's good, and it works, I'll say that works. I don't understand how it's possibly going to work. Plot details for Doctor Who Season 14, which crafted by screenwriter and showrunner C. Davis, but Gatwa teased Rolling Stone that will see the world travel Time Lord fighting with love. Now, what does that mean? God, it could mean... I mean, it could be a disaster, couldn't it? Fighting with love. What's that code for? Scared. I mean, like, I don't know. Is this going to be a gay Doctor? Listen, I think the Dr. Rose romance with 10 was good for one time and one time only. I don't think it's something you could easily repeat, right? I really don't. He explained the quality I most admire about Doctor is how they they fight for every life in the universe. Well, again, Jodie didn't. Jodie only cared about people that agreed with her. If they disagreed with her, they were bad people, right? And he doesn't fight for every life in the universe. I'm sorry. He respects every life in the universe, but he understands that evil must be fought, right? I mean, do you not remember the famous Patrick Troughton speech, right? There are dark places of the where is it? Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, 1 second. Because I think that is very indicative of of the character. 1 sec, we'll do Patrick Troughton War Games trial speech. See if that comes up. This looks like it. Oh, hang on. We get that YouTube video downloaded. Now, I really hope Patrick Troughton is probably the most archetypal Doctor Who in terms of modern Doctor Who. I think he really developed that character. So let's see if this is here. 1 second. Download. Is it downloading? There you go. So is this the right one? It's a 3-minute clip, so it should be here. It's got. I like that they have what's his name? The guy who played Chancellor Goth in it, right? That I thought that was always kind of cool. Video. Let's have a look.
Now then, what about me?
That there is evil.
No, this isn't it. No, this is his verdict. Okay, I'm going to look again because I think it's really important we see this speech, right? Is this it? Regenerates. No. Oh, it's a shame. Unless, do I have? Let me see if I have that as a, you know what? I don't have it as a MP4. I don't think anyway. I think I got it as an AVI, which shows you how long it is since I've seen it. AVIs. Thing of the past, mate. Thing of the past. War Games. Hang on. I'm opening it up. Doink. Yeah, it won't play an AVI, but you know what? I'm going to convert it right now. Fine. So I'm going to open up. What's it called again? Handbrake. Then we'll go to what's it? Doctor Who folder. Second Doctor. War Games. War Games 10. And then fine, we're just going to do convert. Let's see how long it's going to take. It should be done pretty quick. Whizzing through it already. Fine, it says a couple of minutes. Fine, so we'll keep on reading this until this is ready, because I think that really does, epitomize who the Doctor is, right, and how his struggle with evil, like what it is. Fine, let's go back to this. Doink. Where are we up to? Plot details are scarce for season 14. Which fighting for love. Yeah, he explained the quality I most admire about Doctor. They fight for every life in the universe, good or bad. Friend? No, it doesn't. Friend or foe? They see the importance of everyone's life, right? And that everybody and everyone has a place in the universe. That's true. I will say that before, right? And they believe very much in not killing, but fighting with love. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh God, fighting with love? No. Oh, Patrick, we need you. It's 44% converted. The show ultimately is about kindness and acceptance, and that's what I love most about the Doctor and Doctor Who. I don't think I don't think you're right? And I think you're on to a bit of a losing wicket with that, quite frankly. Genuinely, I do. It's been exciting with these comments give an idea of the kind of Dr. Gatwa will be playing. who seems to have a more warm and welcoming persona than arguably William Hart or Chris Eccleston. See, that's the thing. When I was raving about it, I said, look how great his smile is. He's got a Tom Baker smile, right? And I was really excited about it. It's been an exciting week for Doctor Who fans. No, it hasn't, with BBC dropping the first look at the show, Sonic Screwdriver, so they can get you to buy it, right? Okay, this is more exciting. Oh, God, how much longer this has got to go? 80%. It's got 22 seconds. Fine. We will watch this clip before we move on, because again, I think this really does exemplify everything that Doctor Who is and is supposed to be. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, it's done. Video file. Doink. So it's way before here, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Okay, this is that speech. Perfect speech.
The Quarks!
Blimey, that you can emote about the Quarks is very impressive. By the way, I think effect.
Let us go. While you have been content merely to observe the evil in the galaxy, I have been fighting against it.
It is not we who are on trial here, Doctor. It is you.
No, of course you're above criticism, aren't you?
Do you? Oh, God, I forgot how good this was. Right? I forgot how good this was. Oh, my God, Patrick Harris is perfect.
Do you admit that these actions were justified?
Yes, of course I do. Give me a thought channel and I'll show you some of the evils I've been fighting against. The Quarks!
Look, Pat, mate, you don't want to open the Quarks. That's a bad idea.
Deadly robot servants of the cruel dominators. They tried to enslave a peace-loving race.
Yeah, look, those peace-loving race were all wearing dresses and bizarre pussies, right? Honestly, I think the whatever name that Delphin was, whatever the planet they invaded, would have been much better for a dominator rulership.
Then there were the Yeti, more robot killers, instruments of an alien intelligence trying to take over the planet Earth.
All this is entirely irrelevant.
It's totally relevant, right? It's like, yeah, fight with love. No. Yeah, he loves right, he loves wrong. That's the thing. That's what he's missing. That's what Shooter's missing. The Doctor has a firm moral framework of what is right and what is wrong, whereas that is missing, absolutely missing from the culture of the world today, right? It's out there. And why is it missing? So we can say things like this.
Oh, there are no chicks with dicks, Johnny. Only guys with tits.
Yeah, basically everything boils down to chicks with dicks nowadays.
You asked me to justify my actions. I am doing so. Let me show you the Ice Warriors. Cruel Martian invaders. They tried to conquer the Earth too. So did the Cybermen. Half creature, half machine.
Yeah, again, this isn't fighting with love, right? And he's not a they.
But worst of all, were the Daleks. A pitiless race of conquerors exterminating all who came up against them.
Right, yeah, okay, fine. I wonder if this is going to get copyright zapped. I don't know. But, yeah, Shooty, I fundamentally disagree with you, right? I mean, look, I got to see what you're going to do, right? I got to see what you're going to do. Let's go to this next story. This one's actually quite good. So, Doctor Who Sings, I was going to say Twitter account. It's not Twitter, X account. So they X'd out. Oh, God. Yeah, I saw Tim Paul tweet earlier today that X isn't a brand, it's the absence of one. And, you know, he's so right. Right? He is so right. Like, X is, and I like Elon Musk and generally what they've done with the platform, even though they destroyed my account recently because I laughed at the jest up old weirdos. But yeah, so anyway, the Doctor Who characters sing Barbie Girl in a Genius Fan Made video. Go and check out Doctor Who Sing at Doctor Who Sings. So here we'll watch a bit of it. It's brilliant, right? It is genuinely brilliant. Where is it? Here we go. Doink.
Girl.
Whoa.
Life in plastic.
It's fantastic.
You can brush
my hair. Undress.
me everywhere.
imagination.
Like to see
Your creation.
I mean, this is brilliant. I'm sorry, this is absolutely brilliant. I mean, and the Barbie movie didn't look like it, but this is brilliant. Hear it. That was it. All right. Very good. I like that. That was fun. Man, I'm 45 minutes in. I had no idea. Fine. This is a quick story. I did a short on it yesterday. Sacha Dhawan talked about the possibility of returning playing the Master because he has unfinished business. I don't know how I feel about this, right? Because get rid of this shit. Go away. That's just annoying. Like, I can't, exit. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Doing. So, I think Sacha Dhawan's Master was probably one of the better things, probably one of the best things of the Chibnall era, the Whittaker era. That's not really saying much. I'm short yesterday. I said that's like saying the best thing about having pancreatic cancer. That was an ad lib. Right? Everything I say is an ad lib. But yeah, I think he wasn't too awful, right? Honestly, I like the Rasputin song in Power of the Doctor. I like the song, but Chibnall wrote him to be Rasputin so he could do that song, right? That's entirely why. But I still think he did a good job with that. I kind of liked his Master. I would like to see his Master well written, not enough that I'm going to pay for it on Big Finish. Are you out your mind? That's not going to happen. So he initially said, "Yeah, I was done with Chris Chibnall." Then I heard Russ Lee Davies is coming in. They were like, "Well, wait a minute." I felt like I kind of finished my era with Chris Chibnall, he told us. But to be honest, when I heard Russell was coming back, I know Russell a little bit socially, but I've never worked with him. And I think he's fantastic. I think, what's he going to do? What he's going to do is going to be amazing. I was with you there 6 months ago, mate. I keep seeing these announcements. I see stills of shooting on set in Cardiff, and it brings back so many memories. So I just don't know. It can't be that long ago. Look, let's be clear. If Russell calls, he's coming. I think having a bit of a break from it and doing other stuff is fantastic, he said. But I think if I ever got the call or Russell messaged me, I'll be there because it's such a great character as well. There's so many places he can go, so many characters he can be. There's definitely some unfinished business there. Let's have a quick look at Big Finish. I wonder what they're doing with them. Big Finish. It's I can never remember how to spell his name. Let me copy that before I do that. Doink. Big Finish. Go. They do Sacha Dhawan. When is this first thing coming out? Call me Master. When is it? There was nothing. There's absolutely nothing about it. We don't even know when it's scheduled. Blimey. Has it been recorded, do you think? 100. No, it doesn't look like it's been recorded even. I mean, it must be. So it hasn't been recorded yet. Wow. That's interesting. That is interesting. I wonder if it's going to happen. Right? I wonder. I don't know. Okay, let's move on from Doctor Who news to what I think much more exciting news. ALF is coming back. Now I know a lot of people don't like Ryan Reynolds. I actually do. Look, Ryan Reynolds, he's basically a human Bugs Bunny, right? I haven't seen him say anything that really annoys me, and I thought I liked the Deadpool movies. I like him. He was in a good Netflix movie as well. I like with the time traveling thing. The movie was so good it had Mark Ruffalo in it, and I didn't kick the screen in. So that was quite impressive. It looks like ALF is making a comeback again, fans. Fans will not only be able to see their beloved 80s icon in his all his past adventures, thanks to Shout Studios, as they're releasing ALF the complete series deluxe edition. Am I interested in getting that? I don't know. But Shout will also produce a new original branded segment called Maximum Moments through Ryan Reynolds' Maximum Effort channel. The franchise star Paul Fusco with Mika Bizarre playing him physically as the voice of the wisecracking alien from Melmac this isn't a return to Alf, this is a few extra skits, whose real name is Gordon Shumway. He named Alf, short for Alien Lifeform, thanks to Will Tanner, Max Wright on the original NBC. Well, I think he named it before, and it went from 86 to 90. Right? The box set includes 103 episode. The movie Project Alf, the animated series, Alf Tells, and the Maximum Effort channel will stream the entire franchise on various platforms like Fubo, Amazon Freevee, and Tubi. I haven't heard of any of these things. Among the brands the channel will be peddling will be Ryan's own Mint Mobile, which was sold to T-Mobile, the Amazon-owned video doorbell service Ring, which is so dodgy. Okay, Ring, they keep records of everything, right? In fact, everything that listens to anything, everybody knows everything, right? There's no privacy anymore. Fubo and MNTN, the spots will begin during the scheduled Alf Marathon on July 29th, dubbed Catterday, a play on the Melbourne favourite delicacy. I don't know. Look, they'll probably be on YouTube or something. I'm sure I'll be able to find them somewhere. At maximum level, we like taking risks. Is this Ryan Reynolds saying this? And blowing the lines between TV shows and sponsorship. Because sponsorship because we believe both can be equally entertaining, the Deadpool franchise star said in a statement. This does feel disturbingly like what's that Sylvester Stallone film we did before Judge Dredd? Demolition Man, right? When in the future they're listening to like jingles and they love those jingles. Besides my irrational love of Alf growing up, one of the reasons we licensed this show was precisely because Paul, Shout Studios, and our intrepid band of partners wanted to plot with us to bring Alf back to life. Tune in Catterday. Well, that's okay. Fine. Something else coming back, which I'm kind of psyched about. Very big news for Conan the Barbarian comics coming from Titan. So Titan Comics, which are normally garbage, announced that San Diego Comic-Con, the global publisher, Titan Comics Entertainment, and Heroic Signatures are excited to announce the long-awaited return of the Savage Sword of Conan in 2024. Now, I vaguely remember this from when I was a kid. It was, the comic book with a little bit of sweaty boobies in them, so I quite like them. Even at an early age, originally published in 74, the Savage Sword of Conan featured Robert E. Lee's iconic Conan the Barbarian, untethered from the bounds of restricted Comics Code Authority, a darker and more mature and more boobies title as the flagship Conan Barbarians comics. The Savage Sword of Conan delved into the gritty and more bloody stories and quickly became a cult classic. The Savage Sword of Conan, okay, you don't have to say it every time, featured writing from legendary creators such as Roy Thomas, Neil Adams, Barry Windsor Smith. The Barry Windsor Smith stuff was great. John Buscema and Walter Simonson. Yeah, that was great. So launching in 2024, during the 50th year anniversary, the brand new Savage Sword of Conan magazine will be written and drawn in original black and white styled by a murderer's row of writers and artists, including John Arsudi, don't know that, Frank Terry, don't know that, Patch Zitscher, I think I heard of Howard Chaykin, love Howard Chaykin, Raphael Kayanan, Carrie Nord, Rebecca Pubella, Dan Posen, Richard Pace, and Jeffrey Zafin. Look, I just hope it's not as bad as the Doctor Who comic they do, right? Ever since we announced the launch of the comic book, the new comic book line, fans and creators alike have been clamoring for return of the title, only if it was in its original black and white. I hope they do it on that, more textured paper. That'll be awesome, right? That'll be awesome. Black and white anthology magazine format. Yeah, I'm going to get that. I'm certainly going to buy the first copy. It's really been tough secret to keep with Heroic Signatures and Titan Comics. We've actually been able to planning on this all along, but it's a tough skull to crack on a few levels. We hope that we can live up to expectations as well as the legacy of classic books. I'm sure they must be reprinted. And think that the writers and artists we have on board and those that we're still talking to can forge a new chapter in the Conan in the Conan's Savage story. Okay, fine. So do they know when it's coming out? It's announced August 2nd. Blimey. So we just a year to go, ladies and gentlemen. No rush. What else we have? We have more Klingons coming up in Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. But man, see, this actually looks like quite a good episode, right? And it's just, man, it's such a really, really bad season. It's been such a bad season. They called this crossover with Lower Decks those old scientists, so they could use the abbreviation TOS. So apparently there's a Klingon defector or something. Do they have and then Under the Cloak of War, week before the music. Oh, the musical episode is so Under the Cloak of War is this week or next week? It must be this week. Okay, so the musical episode is Subspace Rhapsody. When you're doing a musical episode, that means you're out of ideas, right? That is it. That's really the end of it. As you saw in the preview over the weekend, more on that below. This means we got Klingons, but first let's have a look at the preview image that released earlier today. Okay, Klingons looking like Klingons, but like this character right here is like the chief reason why I can't stand this series. She is awful, right? I hate it when they have female characters that are written to be like men, right? Why not be feminine? Like Nurse Chapel, very feminine, or maybe she's just crazily hot. I don't know. She's a little bit slutty for me. I like one of the reasons that this Snow White movie is going to tank horribly is because it's going to be like, oh, Snow White's not waiting for true love and be swept off her feet by a princess. That's what little girls everywhere are waiting for, right? I hate they have Nurse Chapel was in season 1 saying, oh, I don't get tied down to a relationship. Yes, you do, right? Stop writing women like they're fucking men, morons. And she still looks hot in the black overalls. There you go. And yeah, this is those old scientists. Man, it was bad. It was so bad. I saw an article today. I'll pull it up for a live stream next time. That Ethan Peck no longer relies on Leonard Nimoy for his take on Spock. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Right? We can all tell. We could all bloody tell. Right? Absolutely, yes, we could all tell. This is a bit of copium that they're saying that the Barbie movie is going to be the best thing ever. Go woke, make money. No, I've heard that a lot. No, the truth is they hid how insanely woke it was in all the pre-publicity, and everybody who's seen it, my daughter included, watched it and went, well, that was good for the first hour, but the second hour was just awful. Leave me alone. And she probably wouldn't be going back to another one. Well, at the same time, the same people, they love that child sex trafficking, right? So they really want to denigrate Sound of Freedom, which is a great movie. QAnon. Fuck off. Saying it's QAnon is blue anon, right? That's all I can tell you. Fine with that, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to wrap up. Thank you for joining me. Am I back tomorrow night? I don't know. Who knows or dares to dream? Keep watching the stars. Go to my Substack. Sign up for that. Follow me on Twitter. If you could subscribe to me here. Subscribe to me here. Subscribe to me at Rumble. All those things are fan-dabby-dozy. Thank you so much and have yourself a freaking awesome day.